So, Victor, what's the craziest thing you've broken with your sister?
I've broken a lot of things, but not a lot of things I like to tell people. I mean, I may or may not have robbed a bank, but I like to keep that in private. And I may or may not have pantsed my teacher, but again, shh. But hey, sometimes you just gotta have fun.
Oh, yeah, I still remember mine. I definitely threw a bat through the top window of the door between our room. Yeah, really bad glass break. I'm sure some people listening will remember it. But at least I didn't put any holes in the ground or the house.
So what? What if the show gets canceled and you guys never get to do movies or anything like
Don't
that?
say that. Yes, bitch, there she is.
They should let children out of school to see this movie. They should show it in school.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I disagree.
I am Iron Man.
There's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
You're gonna have to rock a thong with this. Oh, no, I don't wear thongs. I have a very fussy taint.
Oh, behave.
Welcome to Not Ready for Popcorn Players, the number one Carabeaters podcast in the entire universe. My name is Johnny Watson.
And I'm Victor Higgins, and after this, we're gonna throw the most epic party on earth, except we won't fight any of our enemies.
Yes, that's exactly an appropriate one. And today is a very special day. Not just because it's our fifth episode, but because we get to do one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. Now, usually when people think of the quintessential actress from SNL-led movie, they think of another movie from another actress from this era, well, the mid to early to late 2000s. But for me, the one that I like a lot more for a lot of reasons is the 2015 extravaganza, Sisters. Oh my goodness, I love Sisters. It's such a good movie. It's so funny. It's chock full of so many great things. It is co-led by Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, which, fun fact, those were the two Weekend Update mothers that brought me into the SNL world. That was
Yeah,
my
they have like a lot with them, and this was a very interesting movie that I had never heard of, and I'm glad that you recommended it to me because like when I think of a Amy Poehler and Tina Fey movie, I think of the movie they did a few years previous to this, Baby Mama, even though I have not seen that in its entirety, but I have seen bits and pieces of it, and I was very surprised. I guess like not surprised, but like I was glad at like how fun this movie like was because I'm like, more surprised like how fun it was and how much fun I had with it, and of course we'll get into it, but like this was a crazy movie and a very underrated one for not just in SNL terms, but like ever, like, especially of this modern times.
No, it's so good. It's got, oh man, where do we even start? Let's see. First of all, I think we need to acknowledge this. So far, our record for most SNL cast members in a movie is 7.
Right.
However, that was in Grown Ups in episode 1. Go back and watch it. But this one is a little interesting. Officially, it also has 7 cast members because it has Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Maya Rudolph. It also has Bobby Moynihan, Rachel Dratch, Kate McKinnon, super early for Kate McKinnon too in all of this, and Chris Parnell. However, I kind of want to say it is 7.5 because the writer of this movie, but also longtime SNL writer, Paula Pell, is in this movie. So what do you think about that? Do we count this as 7.5 SNL cast members, or where do we? I don't know.
I'll put 7.5, and yeah, because why not? Paula is pretty much an SNL cast member in our hearts.
Yes.
And Yeah, I was surprised because again, I look at this like with a completely naked eye, and I was surprised how many like people were in this, and kind of the same thing I said about of our grown-ups episode of how they had how these '90s SNL cast members had Maya Rudolph in their movie, and how of Boomerang, of how Eddie Murphy brought in Chris Rock, who was in his like last year on the show, of how Amy Poehler and Tina Fey brought in Bobby and Kate, who I believe were still on the show at this time,
I
in
think
their movie.
Bobby was kind of early. Kate was really early. I think I want to say Kate had got in the year before to SNL. Like she was super, super early in her SNL career. She starts on SNL
In 2012.
in 2012. This
Yeah.
drops in 2015, probably
Yeah.
shot in 2014. So
Right.
this is like super, this is like she's just starting to get on the larger radar.
Yeah, yeah, and it just seems like I really that's one thing I really admired about both Tina and Amy, how like they just brought in all of their like friends to be a part of this movie, and it's really really nice. And funny how we're now covered two movies with Maya, and yet we haven't covered a starring one for her, but hopefully sometime in the future.
Hopefully that'd be great. So
Yeah.
yeah, this movie is, oh my goodness. I think we should start with everything that's going on.
Yeah,
Obvious.
but real quick, I also want to mention some other people in it. Just give me a
Oh yeah,
second.
I was gonna get into that. There are a
Okay.
lot of people in this that this movie came out 11 years ago. A lot has changed. Like a lot of these people have blown up. Like we're
Mhm,
talking award winners, we're talking people
mhm,
who have led movies, we're talking award nominees, we're talking some huge hitters since
mhm.
this movie came out. And I believe it is partially because of this movie that this happened. Like it wasn't the full stairs, but it was definitely a step that got them to where they are.
Yeah, and mentioning the other names, we have not an SNL cast member, but a Mad TV cast member of Ike
Oh,
Barinholtz.
rare SNL Mad TV crossover. That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, we have Diane Wiest, not Josh Brolin, but James Brolin.
Mm-hmm.
We have John Leguizamo, who
John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo, thank you.
Yeah.
Who I found out a few months back, thanks to the that week in SNL Twitch stream that
Oh, yeah.
he was part of basically a Latino version of In Living Color called House of Buggin'. Have you ever heard of that show?
What's it called?
House of Buggin'.
House of Bug, and I have not, but I've heard of a lot of his stuff, man. He's been around the block a few times, including a movie some of you may know as Too Long Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. And for that reason, anytime I see him, I'll always think of Little Latin Boy in Drag. Why are you crying?
Yeah, and we also have a former host, and you can see him because it's John Cena.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to get to that later because John, I believe this was sort of a turning point for John because pretty soon after this, a ball definitely starts rolling where he is that guy.
for
He's
for
still
sure.
huge as a wrestler, but as a movie star, this is definitely one of the turning points for him.
Yeah, we also have Greta Lee,
And another
Madison
one, another
Davenport,
one.
and a bunch of other people.
Don't
John
forget Samantha
Glazer.
Bee. Samantha Bee did have a once a
Mhm.
week late night show for I don't know, was it 6, 7 years? It was a pretty good time on TBS.
Not entirely sure, but oh yeah, yeah, Samantha Bee, John Glazer, and yeah, that's pretty much all like the big names. Everyone else here is just kind of like,
I think you forgot one.
oh,
Took a little time for this for had a long fuse on this one. I believe her name is Britt Lauer. Britt
uh,
Lauer, who, if you are a fan of Severance, a
mm,
huge deal. A huge deal. Won an Emmy or a Golden Globe or something like that.
oh wow,
Oh yeah, she's what was it? I believe yes, she won an Emmy
yeah, just
for
one name.
Severance.
Yeah,
So
just
it's
recently,
like,
yeah,
yeah, this all there's a lot of things that end up being way bigger. As they do when you get And it's crazier. We've done older movies than this, and their supporting cast did not turn out the way some of the supporting cast and sisters have. And don't let me forget talking about Greta Lee, because Greta Lee ends up being a huge deal.
For sure, for sure.
For sure. But yeah, let's start to get into the beginning. Obviously, sisters Kate and Maura, played by Tina and Amy, decide to throw one last house party before their parents sell their family home. It's set in Orlando. Again, as we said in Boomerang, a phenomenal side characters movie. And I had said at a few points in time, there are definitely a few characters who could have had their own movie in this movie.
Oh, for sure. Like I feel this probably takes the cake out of all the movies we've done so far of like side characters just like really really leading. And again, we'll like get into them, but like they kill, like, even stronger than, in my opinion, stronger than the ones the characters in Boomerang did. And it's really really fascinating to see, and it's very 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 funny.
Yes. And so many different ways as well. Okay. So let's get into everything that happens. In the beginning, shows divorced nurse Maura Ellis, played by Amy Poehler, coming across a man she sees on the street that she thinks is an unhoused person. She wants to help him out, only to watch him as he and his friends enter a truck to work, and it make her feel embarrassed. And she's like offering all sorts of stuff, and he's just not on the same page as her at all. Anyways, when she gets home, Mara has a Skype chat with her parents, Bucky and Deanna, and they drop the news that that they are planning to sell their old home, much to Mara's disappointment. Her parents want her to break the news to her sister, knowing she wouldn't take it well if her parents told her. Yeah, I have a few things about this one. But go first.
Yeah, there's like a lot to it. And I really like the homeless scene because it really established like what character like Amy's character is. Like she's very nice, and we'll eventually meet Tina's character, who's like this like I don't want to say no nonsense, just very like, again, like wanting to party all the time and is willing to do whatever she can to do or to play any parties she can do.
Yeah. Yeah. My first note in this whole thing was dangerously nice, Mora. Dangerously nice. Not, I mean, obviously this person wouldn't actually do anything, but there's definitely some people that would take her kindness for weakness and turn it inside out and like against her. And then something I noticed when she talked to her parents that ended up being true throughout this entire movie. There is a just horrid, rancid breakdown of communication in this family. And it's not just between her parents and her sister. It is between her and her sister. It is between her niece and her sister. It is between the parents and her. Everybody in this family is just a secret keeper and a liar, and I don't need to tell anybody unless, and then actually, oh no, I should have told some people because these consequences come back to bite me in the ass several times over. Just this is not a very good communicating family on any front.
Yeah, and I really like this could sound very racial, but I kind of like how it shows that even white families could go through this, which
Oh
I
yeah,
appreciate.
yeah.
And also like when Mara's meeting, they're talking about her family. They have like a lot of great lines, and I like the one time where like she like at least she says something and she thinks they're frozen, but it's just like their reaction.
Oh yeah, she's not actually. They're just, and then they blink. Like they were, like they can tell if we don't move that she won't notice.
Yeah, that was great. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and then after this, we meet Tina's character, who is
Oh yeah, Mora's sister Kate, played by Tina Fey. Yeah, and obviously Mora was played by Amy Poehler. Works in her home as a stylist. Another thing apparently going on in both of the Americas. There's not just at home black hairstylists and stuff. She tends to a customer named Phil, the first non-lead SNL cast member in this, Chris Parnell, trying to do his eyebrows in time for a date, only to be added something that causes his eyebrows to slowly burn off. Kate is visited by her daughter, Haley, who intends to stay with her. Kate admits that she got fired from her last job for flipping out on her boss, and Haley leaves quickly after seeing her mom is a mess, deciding to stay with a friend. Yeah, just a friend. Just a friend, nothing more.
Yeah, I bet she has like a lot of friends.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. What did you think of this one?
this is very silly. I really liked Parnell here. Like just the way she was doing the eyebrows in general were just
Yeah.
so weird. Like I know like people sometimes it's kind of like pluck their eyebrows, kind of like you like puff them, but like
Yeah.
she was just
I
putting
think
like
she was
paint.
spreading a cream on them too a little bit.
Yeah, and she like just putting them over, and it just makes it look so much worse. But
Yeah.
somehow it's still kind of like a vibe for him until it's not where they start to like burn, and she's just not doing anything about it. She's like, "Oh, it's normal. Don't worry about it. It's all normal." So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's not looking good. Um, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, I will say I didn't. I don't think anything really came of this child actress. I thought something more might happen. Let me see. Yeah, no, she didn't do. She didn't end up doing so much. I thought something more might work out than that. I don't think she's done anything since 2024 for real. But
yeah,
it happens. It
yeah,
happens.
she is going to appear in some movie coming out sometime called Hungry. So whenever that comes out, check it out. But that's
Yeah,
pretty much it.
not the best, but it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
that's
But
okay.
also, she's definitely starting to show off her personality very early as well. I did, I do think this, and you see it in a lot of things. I think it may be a sign of the times. I'm not sure you could do this like maybe pre 2000, maybe. But a sloppy mom is always a good comedic engine. It
Yeah,
always, you know?
it's a well I see a lot of movies go to just
Hmm.
how
They
like
have a
you
whole
always
franchise about it. What was it?
yeah.
What's the one Kristen Bell's in? Bad Moms.
I believe so. Yeah, I am
Yeah,
not too familiar with that, but I believe so. Yeah, but yeah, it's really nice because again, I don't even say it's like it's good because it's not like, something that I see so often that
right.
where it gets like tiresome. Like they do this like sporadically that I admire and because they could have just easily just had it be like her and the daughter just like
Or
they're
they could have just not even had a daughter. They could have
right.
just made her like the sloppy mess one and then Morris the put together one, but they said no, we should ground this with a little bit of responsibility, which also creates like heart. Because you do need an emotional center, even though this is a purely comedic movie. And
Yeah,
that is kind of the emotional weighing down of it. That I think kind of sticks all the way through. Also, I believe in this scene, this is where Paula Pell's character evicts her, but I forget what it was for.
I believe so. Yeah, and just real quick, going back on the daughter, and I really like
Yeah.
how because on Brandon it does seem like having the daughter there is very unnecessary, but as time goes on, they have like a nice like genuine
Yes.
bond that I really liked.
At some point, it kind of feels like the daughter is the straight man of this whole family.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like the her mom is unreasonable in one way, her aunt is unreasonable in another way. It seems like the grandparents are being reasonable, but then you look a little closer and you're like, no, they're a little bit much. And she's the one that pulls them all together.
Right, right. Mhm.
Right. And then one more thing I wanted to say as I noticed. Um Chris Parnell in this scene, it felt like sort of a Mikey Day kind of role where he is just being the normal guy and then something crazy is going on and it's like, do you want me to do something about this? Are you sure this is I don't think this is supposed to, yeah, a role that many actors have taken on over the years, but this definitely reminds me of that.
Yeah, the only difference is with Mikey, he probably would have been explaining everything, like, well, why are you acting this way towards your daughter? And what do you mean everything's going on? And why do my eyebrows look like this?
Yes, yes, something of that sort. Okay, and then we move on here. We definitely also established that she's a bit of an intense person. Kate is, like you said, she's a big partier, but also she's got a bit of a temper. Watch
Yeah,
out for that in the movie. She doesn't, I think she has a short fuse overall, not just for her temper, but for her tolerance of being responsible, for her tolerance of working, for her tolerance of
mhm.
almost everything but trying to be a mom.
Yeah, and I really like how Tina Fey, she has like a great quirk of doing this, of like trying to come off unlikable, but she's like so unlikable she becomes likable. And
Mm,
I uh I feel like she definitely did that very excellent. Because on brand, this is a character that I could just like be like so disgusted by. Like, okay, I don't want to ever see you again. I don't like you. Like, you
yeah,
are trash. But like, she manages to still become trash. But
yes.
where you're still like laughing at it, and is you like at the end of the day, you still probably want to like get a beer with her and have a good time.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a tightrope to walk when you have the sloppy mom character because obviously that means a lot in society and it's like very stigmatized depending on what type of sloppy mom you are. But when you make it like this and it's like, well, you can see she's clearly trying. It's very funny the way she's doing it. It's like, okay, this isn't like someone that we should shun to the ends of society. So then after she got kicked out, apparently she got kicked out, doesn't have a job, but still somehow has enough money to buy a plane ticket. Kate goes down to Florida and meets up with her sister Mara. Kate plans to move back into the house, not knowing what's going on yet, with Mara until they can both get back on their feet. On their way home, they stop at a liquor store and their into their repugnant old classmate Dave, played by John Leguizamo, who tries to hit on both of them. I think he tried to have a threesome with the two of them, actually. They both go home to discover the sold sign on their front lawn. And when they pull up, Kate has her first of multiple crash outs on this front lawn. Mara is surprised since she didn't realize the parents sold the house. The parents have cleaned out almost the entire house except for the sister's old bedroom, and their parents asked them to clean it out for the new owners.
Yeah, a lot to this, and
Yeah.
it was a great turning point of like, okay, this is what the movie is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was great because again, I watched this like with naked eyes, I didn't know exactly like what the plot was. So and I like to do that with movies that we did that I didn't don't even know because like I didn't even hear this movie until we wanted to do this. But like and like seeing like okay they're gonna have a party and that's what this movie is about to be. Just all the crazy events that happen at this party.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
was like a great surprise and I really enjoyed it.
Like I was saying, a little bit getting into Dave. This is the well, not the beginning. This is the beginning of the great recurring side characters. Because there were good side characters before this, but they were one-offs. He's the first one that we know is going to come back. We know is going to cause trouble. We know is going to bring a drug dealer to the. He's definitely connected in his own way. And again, has his own universe of people that could make their own silly thing that we're probably not even seeing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like if John Cena's character didn't exist, he'd probably be the very tough guy, like the drug dealer.
oh yeah, easily, easily. Oh my goodness. I believe at this time is also when they run into Ike's character. Or was it a little after that? I think it was. Yeah.
I believe like right after, yeah, they met
Yeah,
him.
right after that they run into Ike's character. He's the love interest for Mara. She's really good at being like awkward
Mhm.
in this. And yeah, they reference I saw they referenced The Wire, which I recently learned out on our sister pod, Good Hang. um that one of Amy Poehler's favorite shows of all time is The Wire. So I'd like that they worked that in there.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately, the only familiarity I have with The Wire is that one quick joke they did when Quentin Brunson hosted the first time in season 48 of the show, where it was like the So White sketch where they're all trying to sell each other cocaine, and she says,
oh
"Oh,
yeah,
it's so white," like season I think
it's
2 of The
season
Wire.
two of The Wire.
Yeah,
I've only seen season one of The Wire and not even the full thing, so I'll have to
yeah.
find that out later. Yeah, do some scouting and research for that.
And also, I really love Kate here. Like she is just overly flirting with him,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, just
Now, was this when we first saw the Gertz? I think it
uh,
was.
I'm sorry. What was the Gertz again?
The Gertz is the characters that are trying to buy the house.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, oof, man, the excuses they come up with for them to not buy this house. And it gets like weirdly dark too. There was like 7 murders committed in this. They start bringing up like some crazy shit about what happened over here. I did not expect I did not expect them to go there. They're talking about all sorts of miscreants and all sorts of weird stuff that's happened in the house.
And I feel like mentioning just like murders is such an Amy Poehler thing to say. It's like,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, there were murders here. Like, you don't want to go here.
I think Tina said that one, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's a Tina and Amy thing that they do.
right, right, and yeah, their parents told them to clean it out, and also, um, I don't think Maura mentioned that she had already known yet at this point.
Yeah, I believe some. I think the parents told
The
like,
parents
oh,
told her, but I don't think
yeah,
I think she came and was like, "Oh no, I'm so surprised that they're selling it. That's
right.
crazy. Oh no." Something like that. So it's like the continuation of the breakdown in communication of this family not looking good, and there's a lot of secrets that are about to start swelling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies go through all their old items in their old rooms. I like how they went into 2 separate doors and then it turned out to be the same room. Um,
They did it. It reminded me like a lot of I guess like '90s sitcoms I've seen. Like I remember
yeah.
Laverne and Shirley did that like towards the end of their credits where they open the door and they bump into each other like, oh hey, and
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. After reading their old entries, Kate says she feels bad for Maura for never having gone to have her big night in her bedroom, talking about hooking up. Kate wants to throw a party, and although Mara is initially hesitant, she comes to agree with the idea. The reason she's hesitant is because she has to be the party mom. She has to be the responsible one. She can't drink. And I do think it was clever. I noticed this from the first time I saw this movie. I think it's clever that they named them Ellis and said, oh, it's an Ellis Island party.
yeah, and it's
Brand
very interesting
recognition.
yeah, it's very interesting how like she like wants to be that after again we already kind of established like what this character is and
Oh,
now
she doesn't want to be that, but because
she
she
has to
loves her
be.
sister so much, she's like, you know what? I'll do it for you, dog.
Yeah, and I really it shows like another side of her, which I think is very unique. And also should be noted that I guess you could mention it later, but like when they in their room, they kind of visit all their old like stuff, and they kind of like reminisce about the old days and do just like various different things, which I think is
Oh,
very
yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. They also, at several points, it comes up, but this is when they squeeze the goop on the floor out of excitement. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem later on. Oh, my
I was
goodness.
wondering like why like spread that out.
Oh, I noticed immediately. I was like, oh, this is gonna. Mm-mm.
Yeah, It's like an obvious joke, but you forget about it so long that when someone comes back, you're like, oh, it gives you like a big laugh, and it definitely gave me a big laugh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So anyways, Mora and Kate begin on their mission to throw this epic party. They go and buy a bunch of groceries. They look up a bunch of people on Facebook and other social media platforms to try to decide who to invite, specifically leaving out one of the antagonists of the movie, Brenda with an I. I noticed that was, I don't know why it was, but that was something big to me. Their dorky classmate, Alex, who tries way too hard to be funny. They buy a bunch of party supplies and groceries, like I said, and only to run into Brenda at the supermarket. She's so clearly upset over not having been invited to the party. It's almost as if this isn't the first time this has happened. But, anyways, the sisters come over and the new earners. Oh, this is where they were here. The Gertz, this is when they first show up, played by Santina Fontana. By the way, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, not a bad show. Didn't finish it, but pretty good. And
Yeah.
Britt Lauer, as we said, future Emmy winner, but way, way in the future. The ladies exchange banter and mock them for wanting to paint the steps of the house blue and wanting to take down their old sister tree. And they go out and shop for new outfits as well. By the way, that little shop for new outfits part, that is where we have them in the theme song. This is the first movie we've done that has the theme song piece in it.
Oh wow, I did not even realize that. And that's
Yeah,
a
there's the one where they say, you're gonna have to wear a thong for this. Oh, I don't like thongs, so I have a very fussy taint.
yeah, which is such another like very SNL word, taint. Like
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like I've seen that or heard that in so many different sketches over the years, and
Yeah, and Amy's delivery of it is so good too.
yeah, and also shout out Conan O'Brien because taint in that sketch he did on the show.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
and like
yeah.
what you mentioned earlier of how Brenda or or Brendy or what was
No,
it?
it's Brenda. It's just
Oh,
spelled
no, it was Brenda.
Brenda with an I, but it's spelled Brenda.
Yeah, but it's interesting how you like also said of how Brenda seems like she's mad because like this has like happened before. They've done these events.
Mhm.
They haven't been invited, and it definitely
Oh
came
yeah,
off that way. And it seemed like when they weren't once again, or when she was like once again not invited to all these events, it's like okay, this is what I'm getting my payback. And it was kind of, I felt it would be kind of funny if they like had like a to kind of reveal that and they had like a montage of all the times where she wasn't invited to the things they did, and she's like, "I'll get my revenge," and then she doesn't, and then like 1998, I'll get my revenge, and doesn't have it all and like all over again. So that'd be funny if that happened.
yeah. I also liked how Brenda is like so snooty and uptight, and I'm a professional realtor, and Kate is just complete sloppy trash. Can't they're such opposite characters to begin with. And then when you add in that they have a beef, it's like, oh, this makes all the sense in the world. Like they clearly went on two different trajectories. One who is going to have like stability, but she's thought of as lame by the whole neighborhood, and the other one who's going to have so much fun and like little to no stability as an adult. Um,
Yeah, and
and
seeing like
speaking of
my
which, I noticed that Kate is actually the older sister, as they mentioned in this. And it's like, wow, really interesting that the younger sister, Mara, would be more responsible than the older sister.
yeah, and in a way that does kind of make sense. I don't know why, but to
Mm,
me it does. And seeing Maya Rudolph as Brenda got
yeah,
really reminded me of like how so like not how like these characters how like my Amy and Tina are in real life. That's why I like, really appreciate like, their characters because again like they're so like badass, but like in real life, as we all know as fans of the show, we know they're, like the sweetest humans ever who just have like a great vibe that like if you just want to give them a big hug and they'll gladly give you one and
yes.
they all they come off these like unlikable characters even though like how they portray them I still like them so
Yeah, yeah, very, very. At one point, I called Brenda Black Karen.
In a way, that's a very accurate
Oh
description.
yeah, oh yeah. Cause she literally calls the cops on them, bruh.
Yeah, yeah,
What
exactly.
kind of upside down world is this where black women are calling the cops on white women?
Like, yeah, I see how it feels.
Okay. Yeah, it's really interesting. Their opposite part of this. I also noticed how then when they were inviting everybody, they were getting all the supplies. This is where the movie starts to remind me of Sinners, in a way where it's like because there's so many movies where it's just get things together, have a recruitment thing, do a thing to get all the things, and then the party is where all the crazy shit happens. Whereas in that movie, it was an action movie, and this is more of a comedy movie. I remember there's so many movies that are actually like this because I think Project X has something like this where they're just getting every. You may be too young to know about Project X.
I am.
Oh, I wish that had anybody from SNL. I swear to God, the conversation. It's so good. Anyways, yeah, they're starting to get everyone together. It's sort of a party recruitment scene. I will say, Alex is an interesting thing here because Bobby Moynihan is so good at pretending he's so good at being funny that he's good at not being funny, at being too much. Because like anyone who's seen the show knows, you've seen Bobby play this kind of role dozens and dozens, oodles and boodles of times where he's doing like way too much. It's over the top. It's not funny, but it is funny, but it's not funny to the people in the universe of the sketch. And he just brought that same energy here so well. It reminded me of Veronica at the party, in the sketch at the boys club party thing a few episodes ago. Veronica Solis-Costa, where she was being way too much. It
Yeah.
was funny to us watching it
Yeah,
with
and
them.
speaking of new SNL cast members in the current cast right now, as us fans, we've been talking about a lot how a newbie Jeremy Colhane reminds us of Bobby Monahan.
Oh
And
yeah.
personally, I didn't see that until I started watching this movie. Where I'm like, okay, especially seeing like a lot of Jeremy's old content and seeing
Oh
very much like this, I was like, oh wow, actually, I am trying to see the Bobby and Jeremy comparisons here, and almost every, not every single thing that Bobby does in this movie is absolutely hilarious. Like even just the passing like one-liners he has is just, like really cracks me up. And
yeah. I'm glad this movie could open that up to you, man. That's really good.
yeah, and also it seems like Bobby like in general is just kind of I feel like outside of us SNL fans, he's kind of the like oh like that guy in movies that will show up
Hmm.
and do his own thing. And I feel if he is gonna be like that guy and again in movies where he does his own thing, this is the greatest way to check it out and to really be familiar with him and put a even though we know who he is, but like for like everyone else, and put like a name to a face for him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This will definitely show you who he is real quick. The Gertz, obviously, we talked about them. A little misplaced, but we got it done. Anyways, a little bit later. Oh, the outfits. One last thing in this scene. I mean, in this set of scenes, the outfits with the girl just like that looks great on you. No matter what they were, the building could have been on fire. The outfit could have spontaneously combusted and killed everyone. She'd say like, "That looks great on you."
Great impression there.
Yeah. And one more thing in this. Um, she's kind of right what she said, where they just want skin poking out of everywhere. Everyone will think it's sexy.
And this was like the one small instance of like familiarity I had with this movie of like the one shot of like them just kind of like looking like "Grr." And
One of my
oh
apples is falling out of the
yeah,
bags.
like that scene. That's all I could pick. I've seen a picture of that like so many times over the years, and yeah, that's like my one real familiar spot with this movie. So it was great to see like where that came from.
Right. Yes, yes. And again, this is the part that's in the theme song. Go check the movie out when you can. Let's see. The sisters then go to get their nails done, and Mora, dangerously nice, like we said, compassionate to a fault, invites the stylist Vicky, aka Hewan, and her friends to the party. at the salon. What, by the way, this seems like such a small, doesn't matter moment. But Mara notices a hiring now sign and gets Kate to ask for a job. The manager looks at Kate's bad nail polish, turns her down, but she tricks him into, she said, I will show you my boobs if you don't give me a job.
Which is a very funny threat that the
What
guy
I don't
he's not
know
phased
what
by it
world
at
where
all.
boobs can't get you a job, but
Right.
apparently this is that. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, I'll pretend to give you a job so you just leave. And yeah, so that makes it trick her sister into giving her. And again, this seems like such a small scene that doesn't matter, but it does. And the last
Yeah,
thing they need to do is cancel the dinner plans. They go to the retirement resort where they're staying and discover, oh, yeah, I forgot about this a little bit. They've caught them in the middle of sex, not like in the middle of it, but like the mom's wearing high heels. The dad is naked behind like a support beam. It's 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 very touch and go. What did you think of this part?
I really love this scene and yeah, the scene with Mara and Mei Wong. Like the
Hey
way they're
Wong,
trying
yeah,
the way they're trying to pronounce it is very
yes, I was
funny.
gonna say, Hey Wan.
Oh, Hey Wong, yeah.
Oh man, Greta Lee ends up being pretty big. Pretty big. She ends up being in Toy Story. She ends up being
Oh
in
wow.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. She was in the very recent Tron movie in completely different genre, by the way. Like this is a comedy movie. This was the first thing I ever saw her in. Yeah, she ends up being so much of an important actress in the world. Not, and again, not just in comedy. She's in Past Lives, which is like a deeply, deeply culturally important and like dramatic Korean movie. She ends up being kind of a comedy, but not a comedy like this in Russian Doll, the second place I saw her in, and which was created by Amy Poehler or co-created by Amy Poehler. But yeah, she ends up being
Oh wow, wow.
way bigger than this movie in a lot of ways. And it's so funny to look back at that because I had first noticed that it was her in this movie when I first watched Russian Doll several years ago. And I was like, oh, that was her. This connects together because I had seen Amy was the co-creator of this, was the co-creator of that show. And then I see this and it's like, well, it makes sense why she would want her back. This guy is not in this scene yet. You see a little bit of it in this scene, just a little bit, with the way she's exchanging Haewon and
Yeah,
talking about her. A little bit of broken English in this, which some of the Asian and South Asian actresses talk about
yeah.
being up and down to do. But other than that, she ate this thing up, and it
Mhm.
obviously
Yeah.
soared her career going forward from this. Like absolutely soared her career going forward from this because she got to do so much silly stuff and reckless stuff and just a lot of great acting opportunities for her to utilize all her talents in readily in this movie.
Oh yeah, and for sure. And like kind of looking at the other movies she did, she appeared in Apple TV's The Morning Show.
Mm, I
She
didn't see
appeared
that one,
in
but yeah.
The Studio, which is very
Yeah.
great. And yeah, she did a lot, which
Oh
surprised me.
yeah. Like I said, she blew up after this. It wasn't like super fast of a blow up, but she is like way up there in ways that again, I just thought she did good in this movie. I didn't even notice that that was the same person until Russian Doll. And by then she was starting to turn herself into way more than just a comedic actress. She's all over the place.
And isn't Russian Doll that show that has like an all female writing staff?
I don't know. It might have.
I remember hearing it.
I know it was it starred Natasha Lyonne. She co-created it with Amy Poehler and I want to say another person, but I'm not sure. But Greta Lee was an integral part of season one. I think she was in season two, but I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, with another person named Leslie Headland. So yeah.
Yes, Leslie Headland, who co-created the short-lived Star Wars Acolyte. Rest in peace.
Glad you joined us for the Bradley Love Hour. No, just kidding.
Oh yeah, she cooked. But again,
Hey.
getting back to the movie, she did very well in this movie, which led to all the great stuff that she got to do, including Haywan. And again, it seems like such a small thing that Kate does not get this job and pretends to get this job. It just seems like a fun, another one of many one-off comedic scenes where it's just like there's like a bit with another person and that's it and it's done. And it will never come up again. This comes up again a lot. There's a lot of, well, oh, so you have a job now, so you can pay me back. Or, oh, I'm so glad that you got a job, so now we can do this and that with that because now you have that. And it's like, no, she never actually got this job, but she made Maura look like she got this job. So she just tells her, and it just spins out into like an insanely huge web of lies that you might not have expected from that bit that she did with the cashier guy, with the owner of the nail salon.
Yeah, and yeah, she does. She does. It's not a character where, again, like you said, you think she's not gonna really matter, but she does, and has like a huge impact, as well as we'll talk about later, like having a very surprising connection with Bobby's character that I think is very cool, very cool.
Yeah, I was saying more like of her not getting the job but pretending to get the job. That's the part where it becomes much messier. And obviously, like we said, hey Juan, as we said, they interrupt a sex thing. But yeah, that's the level of thing that I thought her at the desk would be. It would be a one-off thing that didn't matter, but no, that ended up mattering. Also, as they're about to go home, Kate drives Mara. Kate drives Mara by the house of James, like Barinholtz's character, a man that caught the eye of Mara. And she awkwardly invites him into the house, which he accepts. When they get home, Mara offers to give Kate a loan since she's turning her life around. And this is actually when she asks her to be the party mom and not drink Crash Out number 3 by Kate from this. And she reluctantly agrees. So what did you think of this? At first, one thing I want to say right before you go, I don't remember what she said, but she had like a super dark excuse on this.
Yeah, no memory here either, but yeah, I really like the scene because it's a very interesting, another turning point, I guess you could say, for this movie that I think is interesting, and yeah, I really like the dynamics of them here, and it really shows like a lot of good stuff that I appreciate.
Yeah. Also, a lot of her trying to drive away as she's flirting with him to make absolutely sure that she does invite him to the party because her sister can be a little more reserved. Yeah, she does not want to be the party mom, as I was saying before. Oh, there's another thing that happens at this scene. Well, sort of at the scene in between the scene. Because she is now the party mom, because Kate is now the party mom and Mara is the fun one, they have to teach each other how to be each other. And I thought that was a fun little interesting montage where she's like, make sure you overpronounce your words so that he can think that your mouth is moving more because that's all he's going to try to pay attention to. And she's like basically just teaching an adult how to be an adult on the other end of this. And it's like, it's fun to see them try to teach each other how to be each other.
Agreed, and it's it's really fun to see, and it just again it's nice that it's not like they kind of established like we're now gonna see two different characters with them, even though not really, but it still shows a lot of good stuff with it.
Yeah. Okay, and then night falls, and the sisters get ready for the guests to arrive. This is when things start to make a little bit of a turn, and it just escalates from there. All their old classmates quickly arrive, including Alex, who Mara invited out of guilt. he starts to quickly crack terrible jokes. More guests arrive, including, bruh, Samantha Bee and her husband show up with a child to an adult party. Major party foul. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and immediately they're like, nope, 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 no kids,
No.
not kids.
Hell
Oh, we can
no.
put it in the basement, and they're like, nope, nope.
No. And then, and
It's
also
straight up.
seeing how this party turned out, thank God that kid is nowhere near this. Like, you would have had so many problems with the, we'll get into it later.
Also, did the kid appear again? I don't think he did. No.
No, he didn't stay. They took him to someone else's house. More guests arrive, and they only mingle but don't actually do anything to enjoy themselves. Things start to pick up, though. I had a note about this. Things start to pick up, though, when the lesbians they invited, one of them played by Kate McKinnon, come and bring their own DJ and get the party going. Meanwhile, Brenda and her friends are watching Game of Thrones on the TV, but the other two friends want to go to the party because they keep seeing pictures of it online. What did you think of this scene?
This had so much to it. Like, and real quick, when I really loved Alex's dance when he was walking up, just kind of like doing a little pranchy pranch, and like, hello everybody, and it was just amazing to see, and just it's like where we see all the side characters like come and meet, and
Yeah.
it provided like a lot of fun dynamics that I can't even name them all, but it was
Oh
really
yeah.
good to
Yeah,
see.
we don't get to see all the dynamics yet, but we start to see them, including
It's like
Haywan.
form.
Nobody thinks that Alex is funny except for Haywan. Keep an eye on that. Keep a little eye on that. I think I meant to say also, it says that Haywan is a mom, but her children are back in Korea. That also comes up a little later. Everyone trying to have fun. It's looking like like a really boring party. What was it? I think Brenda comes at this point and calls the cops, but because it's looking so boring, it's like, oh no, 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 no. It's either her or the cop that says, ugh, you're not barely even having a party in there. It's so boring. And no one's even impressed by it. Um, I will say, as things start to pump up, when Haywan shows up, and when Kate McKinnon's character, did Kate's character even have a name? Because I'm trying to see. Sam is her officially credited name. When Kate's character and the lesbians show up, and Haywan shows up with all the Koreans, it's like I did not think about this when I used to watch this a lot more, but I did think about it now. In Orlando, Florida, two straight white ladies could have this many lesbians and this many Koreans at their party. I mean, it can happen, but I
Yeah,
don't think that happens often in Orlando, Florida.
yeah, you're kind of like wondering, just like
Yeah,
how
this is
did
a very
everyone
San
find
Francisco
everyone?
ass demographic of this party.
Yeah, and I really like right after this, we then see like the montage of like all of them just having like a wild night, and
Oh yeah, it's because of the DJ. The
yeah, oh yeah,
DJ pumps it up. Oh my gosh, the DJ played by Jackie Tone doesn't get a lot in this movie, but my favorite show of all time is Glow, the women's wrestling show. And
mm,
she was a very big part of that. She starts to get into some more stuff after this, but she got a part as the DJ in this. So I was very excited to see her. And
yeah.
then
And during the
another, huh?
oh, no, I was just saying during the shot when they have the montage of everyone partying, I did like one quick scene of like Kate just kind of like I guess like tonguing one of the shots. She goes, that's it."
Right. I wanted to get one more thing before that.
You go ahead.
Very of the times, the reason that Brenda is not with them, obviously she wasn't invited, but with her two friends, they're watching Game of Thrones at home. And there's of this time, I have a really weird relationship with Game of Thrones because I watched the first season of Game of Thrones because my parents still had HBO when I was in high school, and I have never seen another episode. So it's thing that happened where I saw it the beginning of this thing before it started to really, really blow up. But again, it would blow up a lot to the point where by 2015, when this came out, people would be having full Game of Thrones parties. Like they would invite all their homies over to watch Game of Thrones. And this was a very tame, toned down version of that. It's just three women sipping wine, watching Game of Thrones. That's the closest they could get to a party that night. But because like everybody else from their class, from their age group is at this other party, they're like, yo, bro, this is kind of lame, bro. I feel like we might want to go to their party. And she's like, hell no, we're not going to their party. They don't like us. They don't like me. You better not go. You're not my friends anymore. Bro, that's what a sucky problem to have when your friend
Yeah, this like
when you're
they like
yeah,
want this to happen, and like you're
of
not going
course.
anywhere. Like this is like once in a lifetime party that you won't ever experience again. Like you need to be here, even if your life depends on it. That was very funny.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really bad when you have a friend like that you couldn't have. That's just pulling you. That's holding you back from having fun. Yeah, there's this dynamic goes with the popular girl and her two minions. This is flipped around because now you're the lame one that can't get into the popular girl's party. I think that was fun. But yeah, saddest Game of Thrones trio ever, and I'm glad that they could at least find their way into this. Again, more lore to the Kate Brenda dynamic. They're fighting, they're yelling at each other. She, as we said, she calls the cops on them pretty bad. She shows up at the party with her friends. She kicks her out, but lets the friends stay. She asks Dave. Dave is here, by the way. He got invited to this party. He can bring what might be my favorite character in this whole movie, the drug dealer Bazuzu, and bring some good drugs. Haywan and her friends, they show up in their revealing outfits and their youthful energy, which is mostly comprised of older couples and Alex. Brenda tries to get in. Kate throws her out for good. Brenda decides to get back at them by putting blue paint in their water pump system. Yeah, I don't even know how she had to unscrew a whole cap, and it's like this seems like a lot
Yeah, she's doing
very
everything to make
complicated
sure.
sabotage, but I guess she really has beef like that, turning their pool and a lot of the people into a dark shade of blue.
Yeah, she's doing like everything to make sure like everything just does not go well for her. And real quick, going to the previous scene.
Mhm.
Apparently, there's actually if we're counting Paula Pell as a SNL cast member, we also have to count John Lutz as an SNL cast member because
Wait, John Lutz was in this?
yeah, he appears in the background. I believe he like has like one line in there. I believe he's talking to Mara at one point, and
Oh man.
and
Oh,
yeah.
what do we do with that? What does this mean? Oh no, wait a minute.
So we got what 9 now?
Let me
For,
see, does this
for counting
count?
Paula.
It says, well, okay, well, it says he was only a writer. And if we're counting writers as
Since
half,
we count Paula,
so
that's
technically
8.
this adds up to 8.
Yeah.
7 true blue cast members and one half a writer and one other half a writer. Two halves because there's both writers, John Lutz and Paula Pell.
Yeah, and this is one kind of like how you're wondering with like Greta Lee's filmography. I'm kind of wondering like where this like fit in with John Cena and him.
Oh yeah, so that's another thing. So first of all, let's talk about what John Cena does in this movie. John Cena comes out here and lists, first of all, he's super buff. He's got tattoos all over his shit. It's everywhere. He's apparently very attractive to Kate. Like she is trying to get up in that all night long. But he has this like a little brief thing, and he lists every drug known to man. I got uppers, I got downers, I got stuff to make your dick hard, I got stuff to make your dick soft. I got meth, I got cocaine, I got crack. Did I mention I got crack? I got weed gummies. I got Adderall, Methadol. I got Flintstone gummies.
He has it all. He
This
has it
nigga
all.
has everything ever. I got what did he say? He said I got I got, I got the drug that was banned in China, but they still make it here or something like that. I got the stuff that puts gorillas to sleep, but it'll make everybody in America masturbate aggressively. He said it was some sort of African thing that put gorillas to sleep, but it'll make anyone else. Oh my god, yo.
Yeah, in a way, this is like a lost SNL character. I felt like,
I would
yeah,
love to see this character
yeah.
in
Like if
something.
John Cena did this character when he hosted in 2016, and then he hosts like sometime in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if they like brought that back.
I would
If
love
it,
them to bring that back. That's so, I
yeah,
love that character. That guy is a mess. He is I like his one-liners. What was it he said, "Hey, you got kids?" I probably do.
but
What's your safe word? Keep going.
yeah, that line there really just like
Oh,
it sets the tone of like what this character is.
this
Yeah,
guy has a lore the size of oh, and apparently at the end he's like, I'm not going into work tomorrow. The TSA gets my oh, this entire dude. He is such a mysterious, crazy character. With he's lived 15 different lives. This man. Oh my god. He's like younger Mr. Johnson from Abbott Elementary. He's lived so many lives. He's seen shit you wouldn't even dream of. This guy. Oh my lord.
he's the whole
Yeah.
package.
Big
And
old package.
yeah, and real quick, just like kind of looking at some of the films John Cena did before this. Really the only real memorable ones I'm seeing at least are the
Hmm.
animated Scooby Doo WrestleMania history
Yeah.
movie,
Of course he's a
which is
wrestler.
which is an unlocked memory of mine. I remember seeing that,
Oh,
and of course, Trainwreck right before this.
Trainwreck. How big of a move? I don't think he was then too big of that, was he? Because I'm remembering this time, this late 2010s era of John Cena being the time in which things started to get big. I believe he does the Fast and the Furious movie right around this time. He's the antagonist in Bumblebee right around this time. I think that's 2018 or 2019. And then he starts to get into this Peacemaker action lead era, which that's a show, but I think it still counts because it's within the larger DC universe, where he is like leading stuff. Like he is the guy in movies by the time we get to the era we just got out of, which is the early 2020s.
Yeah, and
You think this helps to get him to that point?
I'm pleasantly surprised that he's still doing stuff, including appearing in the upcoming Coyote versus Acme starring Will Forte movie, which is going to be a lot of
Oh
fun.
no, I guess we'll have to check that too.
Yeah, I'm about to do that as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, man, this is I can't again, this isn't that big of a role, but I start to see a lot of things coming after this movie for him that started to like really establish him as the blockbuster action star that we know him as today. Yeah, man, very very important
Yeah,
thing.
probably one of the best best non actors to become actors. Like I felt maybe even better than Dwayne Johnson. Probably not as successful, but maybe even better.
I think he can get there one day.
Yep, definitely.
Definitely think that he's on a trajectory. Now, one more thing I wanted to say. Well, maybe not the last thing, but one thing I wanted to say well about the cast of characters of small. This was not a fun or funny side character, but she was in this, and it's really interesting. Talking about Renee Elise Goldsberry has a very interesting year involving this. So, Renee Elise Goldsberry Sisters comes out at the end of the year in 2015. However, she's a very big part of Hamilton, which comes out at the beginning of the year. It starts its production run. So by the time this movie came out, we had already had 11 months of Hamilton. So whatever she was doing in this movie or what she was supposed to do, it creates a very interesting paradox of her being like just kind of this boring, transitional to other characters that are more funny character. While on the outside of this movie, she is blowing up. She is one of the bigger up and coming actresses in the world because, again, she's in Hamilton at the beginning of the year. We've had 11 months of Hamilton. And it's like when you agree to something before you know what you're going to be at the time. It's almost like the people in Heated Rivalry now. If you're like Connor Story and the other guy, and you agreed to other movies or other shows, it's like, this guy is huge. Why does he only have 2 lines in this movie? Whereas it's like on the outs in the real world, you have blown up way past this role, which is exactly what happened to Renee Elise Goldsberry in 2015.
And suddenly, now he wants to host SNL.
Right? Yeah.
And
Yeah, she
yeah,
blew
but
up. She was all over. And one more thing. She I want to say this was created by Tina Fey. She is a fellow Girls Five Ever with writer of this movie and small timer actor of this movie, Paula Pell.
I believe so. I've not checked out that show. I definitely should have.
I didn't watch it yet, but I know that they're both in it as parts of the pop group.
Yeah, only real familiar I have is the friends of the podcast, the Saturday Night Network. And I believe back in their early days, they covered that as like a bonus coverage, which I thought was a very fun episode. And so you're saying it's like for what was her name again? Oh, you said so
Renee
for
Elise Goldsberry.
yeah, for her this was kind of like right in the middle role of Hamilton, or she did it like
This was right. This was, I wouldn't say
right
in the
after.
middle. I think it had like a 3-year run. So this was towards the end of the beginning of it. But by now, again, 11 months of Hamilton, her career was in a completely different place than whenever they shot this. It had to have, or whenever she agreed to do this role. Because it's like everybody's starting to get huge out of Hamilton by the time you get to December of 2015.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, oh, and the other thing right before we go to the next part, Brenda, but she's going through pretty elaborate ways to sabotage this party. She goes to the back, unscrews the cap, gets the paint, has to open up the paint, by the way. I don't even know what tool she used to do that. So she's doing all of that to pour the paint into the pool. It's like, this is kind of a lot. But
yeah, like wondering like how much like does she hate them or for all of this
she hate Kate, yeah.
It's like all because like they invite you to a party, like
but we're not even at that part yet. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, no, it is because they didn't invite her to this party, but yeah. Right. It's a very elaborate situation. Anyways, as we went over, Dave's drug dealer Pazuzu shows up with every drug known to man, including cocaine. I got LSD. I got PCP. I got birth control pills. I got Flintstone gummies. Kate buys some joints and a bag of cocaine and some mystery drug. It's called Cloud 10. That's a mix of, what was it? It's cocaine mixed with ecstasy or so. It's a super crazy drug. But Nora hides it in her bag, which she then puts in the cupboard. And then this is when the movie's starting to get really crazy. Alex, who's pretending to be Scarface with a cock gun, because he's decides to get into character and snorts half of the bag all at once, and causing him to act bananas all around the house. What did you think of this scene?
Oh yeah, it was so crazy, and honestly it might be my favorite part of this because like after he like snorts it, he shows like he tries to have like impression of someone. So like say hello to my little friend to Samantha Bee and her husband's character.
He's being Scarface. He's being Tony Montana.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh, interesting. But yeah. Um, he just there's
Yeah.
so much. It's
I think
amazing.
it's so ridiculous that he does it with the cot gun because that's
Right.
clearly that is the furthest thing from a fully automatic weapon. And it's just it's not even going forward. It's like squeezing out because it's a good. All of this is so crazy. As we said, that it establishes our relationship to Pazuzu.
Yeah, and
And
I really love how as after he takes the cocaine, like it's like every single scene from here on out, he just gets more and more bonkers. Like
oh
just
yeah,
there's so many uh interesting things that you're just like, wow, how much cocaine did you take?
yeah, it's kind of it's an added it's the point where you can see the escalation of the party getting crazier and crazier because it's like, oh, now we have people doing cocaine, people are getting really weird. There's a lot of drinking going on. I believe Samantha Bee has taken off her shirt at this point and it's
Yeah,
just bra only through the rest of this movie.
right.
A lot of shit is going on when she is drunk or high or something and she pours like a whole gallon of washing detergent into the washing machine.
Yeah,
And
like
it's
everything establishes like this is like now like a full on party, like
oh
full on like
yeah, this is
college
a
party that's happening
party's
right now.
party right now, baby. This
Yeah,
is one they're gonna tell people about for years. Yeah, but
right.
she pours a whole gallon of it and just turns it on, and things are starting to get absolutely nuts.
And
Speaking of,
also
yeah,
this makes me kind of wonder if like if maybe like they wanted this type of party again in college, but they didn't get it. So with like everything happening with their house, they thought it was like opportunity to have the college party like they never had, and boy, does it show.
does it ever? Does it ever? And still, Kate is trying to be responsible through all of this while Mara actually parties. Speaking of which, Mara finds herself with James and they're smoking joints in the attic. First of all, this attic looks hella dangerous, and we'll find out that I'm right. Together, they talk about each other and their personal fears. James says he lost a lot of weight recently to build self confidence, while Mara thinks she's too boring. One of her favorite songs comes on, and she starts to dance all over this installation only floor and walk all over it. And then she falls through and gets partially stuck. This is the first real, like, super, super bad destruction to the house. I mean, I guess you could count the paint thing too, but
Yeah,
anyways,
the
James
first
pulls.
obvious one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
James pulls her out of the floor, but the whole floor is starting to shake beneath them. They start running. It starts little fallings from the ceiling onto the bedroom. I mean, from the down the hallway, you see little cracks in the stuff. And then they fall all the way through into her bedroom, covered in piles of dust. And I'm like, whoa, okay, this is a bit much. I'm not sure how safe they would actually be in this situation. Oh my goodness.
yeah. Like thank goodness they landed on. I believe they landed on a bed, or am I
They
wrong?
landed on the bed. They
Yeah.
landed on
Okay.
the
Yes. And
bed.
thank goodness for that. Cause like oh, that's like wow. That would have
Yeah. I
not
thought
been
they
a
would
pretty
be a lot more
situation.
hurt from that. I knew that the thing
Yeah.
was gonna be, yeah. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to go back with.
Mhm.
As the party's getting crazier, they have sort of a house party scene where they're doing the dances, the duo dance, just the two of them. They do some dances from other movies with some of their own. It was so funny to me because they danced to Informer by Snow. You might not know this. You know this. You've heard it last when you watched the movie. When Informer and it's a rodeo shit over there. That
Oh
one.
yeah, I heard that song.
Yes,
Yeah.
I had just looked that song up
Mhm.
like 2 days before this movie.
Oh wow.
I had just looked it back up because I knew it. Shout out to Chantel Smith, Jamaican Canadian Instagram comedian girl.
Mhm.
She put me onto that song. I look up that song. Um, Great song of the '90s. That's how I got put onto that. I didn't look it up for years until I looked it up earlier this week, forgetting it that it had even been in Sisters. I guess it was my mind telling me something that I didn't that I already knew. And then this song comes on. I'm like, bro, I literally just looked this song up like the day before, 2 days before. So funny. Anyways,
Yeah, and
they all, yeah.
I was just gonna say I really like their dancing in this. Like it shows it's like nice like silly goofy dancing that like if I like saw I would like kind of like try to join in. And they seem like the type of girl where like oh yeah you could join in like I always like have a like, fun time with it. And also yeah they like killed it with the dances too. I thought it was like really
Yeah.
great dancing. Yeah.
Great dancing, great dancing. I think this might also be around the time when Kate tries to climb up the what is it, the wall or the fireplace or something?
I believe like yeah it's like a
Yeah,
I
she's
believe
like,
it's the
this
wall. I
is
don't remember seeing
way
fire.
more dangerous than it looked the first time.
Yeah, also I'm very surprised she even did that because like not like a lot of like gripping to it. They're like very like thin.
No.
Like
No, this is very Assassin's Creed climbing up a
yeah,
building type shit.
right.
Um, but yeah, they fall through. I thought they'd be more hurt than they were, but everything's okay. They try to get down after he tries to fix the ceiling. However, Mara lights a Garfield candle that sets off the spark, causing her to drop it onto his penis. And in his panic to try to get it out, the this is where the goop comes in that was spilled on the floor and never cleaned up. He slips in the jail and falls hole first into a ballerina music box, and it gets stuck up his butt. And they try to pull it out, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it's like it's so far up there that they like have
Oh,
to like leave it out, and it's now singing. It's like songs where it's like okay,
it's
we'll just like let
past the
it
tutu,
sit,
man. It's
and
spinning
it takes
around
too long,
inside me.
and it just takes too long. Where it's like okay, it's like
It is, oh man, this is pretty bad. This is a worst nightmare scenario.
and also good acting from Ike because I was like really feeling his pain when he was
Hmm.
like oh like ooh.
Oh yeah, he is fucked up, man. And he's nice. We start to get to understand him more. He's a nice contractor guy. He is more of a sweet boy that could end up with Mara. Which only makes it funnier that he would have to suffer this way. He's clearly a good guy, and he gets one of the most painful things that could happen to him in this movie.
Right.
Because it rips straight through the underwear too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like you get the if you're just watching and haven't seen the movie, when I said they were getting down, no underwear has come off. It rips
Right.
a hole through there into his butthole. Ooh, it
Yes, you like
sounds
wonder like
that's
how
what
like
people say.
sharp it is. Like,
I don't know, man. It was in what was it? What she say? It was in high fifth position or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
It's all the way up there, and it is bad, and
and
it's
it just
spinning
uh and it just shows like how unpredictable like this like movie is with how everything can be with all of the
everything.
different characters.
Oh yeah. He's not even supposed to be that funny of a character, and he's getting in a scenario like this. So you can already imagine what everybody else is doing. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Can't get it out, by the way. He just tries to leave. Brenda tries to get back into the party again, forcing Kate to confront her over why she's mad. And then all the lore comes out. Brenda apparently calls her a hothead, and Brenda apparently calls her a hothead, making her flip out, having another crash out a little bit, on giving Brenda an opportunity to take a picture of her crazy self and put it on social media. Moments later, Kate gets a call from Haley, who's with her grandparents. By the way, this problem with Brenda really comes to a head when we realize that Brenda never actually snitched on a party that she wasn't invited to. It was just that Brenda was crying so bad that her dad figured it out and then brought down the party. And then she's like, "You ruined my party. I hate you forever now." And it created a wedge, and it crushed Brenda's self-confidence in herself. And there's a lot of emotional lore here. Like it's like, dude, I'm telling you, this is a secondary protagonist. I mean antagonist. And there's so much more lore to this than them and the Gertz who are still in the house too. It's like my gosh. This is a rivalry that spans what I would have to think is decades. I'm imagining they went to school in the late 80s, early 90s, and this doesn't
Probably,
happen
yeah.
until 2015. It's like, oh man, this is a long spanning problem between the two of them. It's just that Kate hasn't been in Orlando in so long, so it's like it almost took a long pause.
Not like all coming back together.
Oh yeah,
And
no, there was no love lost, no matter who left town
right.
or stayed in town.
Interesting how you even mentioned the girls. Like at this point in the movie, I'm like, I forgot like who they were because like chaos that's
Oh
happening.
yeah,
This was like who cares about the girls, right?
yeah.
And another thing is like wow, she like crying while telling the story. I really like my real crying face.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. She ate that crying up.
She's
She
using all
pulled
her
out
face for
some.
the crying too.
She
Like
pulled out the kind of sounds that you only hear when you're really crying. Those sounds that are like, what the? You're so sad you don't even care how you look or sound right now. Those type of sounds.
yeah, I'm kind of glad they also. I don't remember them doing at least like the classic mascara. I feel like that's something that I see so
I
many
think she
also
did have
have
a
like.
little bit of the running mascara.
Oh, okay, so they did. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but not like
Well,
that full
this is one of
scale.
the instances where it worked for me. Yeah.
Right, right. And then we start to see that Kate got a call from Haley, who's with the grandparents, and then she sees a picture of Kate at the party and is still convinced that her mom hasn't changed, calls her mom a loser. Kate disses the party mom thing and starts to drink. And then when she goes out to get more booze, she grabs Mara's bag from the cupboard and finds out that Haley has not been staying with a friend, but with her Aunt Mara. Oh my goodness. This is another continuation of the terrible communication in this family. Nobody took this would probably I could understand why this would piss off a parent, you know? I'm out here worried about you for months and months, and you just been at your T's house? It's like, damn.
Yeah, like you don't even like love me anymore. That you can't even like talk to me. You can't even trust me
You
anymore.
can't
Like I
even
know.
tell me that you just were at
Right.
your T's house. And then
Right.
also, your own sister wouldn't tell you that her daughter was fine.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's a tough pill to swallow. But also, she's abandoned being the party mom. So now she's drinking, she's acting crazy. I believe what was it? I think at this point, they also Mara finds out that she doesn't actually have a job or something like that. So it's like, oh, now this has become messy. And also somewhere in here, I can't quite figure out when, but somewhere in here, the decision is made that Kate will get half of the house's money, but the house is already halfway destroyed. Like it is at this point where the soap suds from from the washing machine with the whole gallon of laundry detergent poured in it is fully overflowing. There are bubbles for yards and yards and yards. There is Alex has dipped his dick in paint and is painting a dick on the wall with it.
Yeah.
I
And I
think
really
some
love the
yeah,
shot of like after the penis portrait is on the wall.
yeah.
He then like burst through the
That's what I was
wall.
gonna say next.
Yeah.
He bursts through the wall. There
And
are holes in the wall. There are dicks on the wall. There are soap suds everywhere. The blue paint has probably fucked up the pipe system of the pool. And she's like, "Hey, could you guys not do that? You know, maybe we can save this house. Hey, well, you can put that down. Nobody needs to break anything, bro. This
right.
house is
And they did
far
everything.
beyond any selling point at this point. And she's still like, well, maybe we could, if you guys could just not rub your butt on that, everything will be fine. I could still get half the money from this. Does
Yeah, like they're
everyone make any
destroying
difference?
everything, and it's just show.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing, and even though it's definitely gonna get me hurt. Like sliding through the living room. Oh, them sliding through. I believe
Oh, my,
the
you're
jail.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
a
did
water slide.
slide. They made a water slide inside but not even good like soap and water. They got some dirty ass shit in there. I don't even know what it was. It looked like, what are they freaking sliding through a oil well or something?
Right.
It did not look like something that you would slip and slide
And
through.
maybe it was like the lighting of like the room. For some reason, I thought that was
Maybe it
blood at
was,
first.
but
That was blood at first. Like, oh, we're going there.
yeah, no, it didn't look like something that you're supposed to be doing a slip and slide with. Anyways, now Kate is pissed off. Mara is pissed off. Mara also has figured out that Kate is no longer being the responsible party mom. She started drinking. They realize each other's deceptions, confront each other outside the house. Kate left and then came back. I forget why she left. She left for something. Did she leave to do something with her daughter? I don't know. But she left for something, came
I
back,
believe so, yeah.
did not put the car in park. So it pushes the tree over, which then falls onto the side house with all the bubbles in it. And it crushes that little shed garage thing with the tree. So now, not only have you wrecked this house, you've destroyed one of the buildings of this house, which was already filled to the brim with bubbles and suds and stuff on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the fight scene. I
Yeah.
really
They're fighting in the mud. It's looking crazy. What did he say? Oh man, I gotta put this on poolsidebitchfights.com.
yeah, and Sam, Kate's character says, "Oh, it reminds me of that movie we watched on our anniversary." It's
Right.
like, what movie was that?
Oh yeah, there are some nice little asides from the lesbian characters.
Yeah,
And to think they didn't even want them at the party. They were like, no, gay men are fun, the gay women are lame. And it's like, oh no, 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 no. They can have their own fun too that they weren't even anticipating. They shouldn't have underestimated them like that.
they have a unique style of fun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They've definitely brought a different level of pizzazz to this party. I will say, yeah, they're drinking. At one point, Kate is drinking with Haywan and they find out a little more about each other. But anyways, back to the fight. They're fighting in the mud. It's looking really dirty. They're hitting each other. I think the one point she pushes her face into the mud. And as they continue to fight, their parents show up with Haley. And all of the communication breakdown I've been talking about this entire movie starts to really come back to bite them all in the ass. Real bad. Seeing the
Yes,
two
a
of them like
lot.
this, Haley is angry, but then this is where it all comes together. And this comes back to the heart of everything. Everyone's all mad at each other. Haley's angry. She's yelling at her mom. The sinkhole has fallen in at some point before this. And guess who
Right.
falls in? Haley.
Really.
Into the pool sinkhole. I now understand partially that's why they put this movie in Florida, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, she falls into the sinkhole and they have to rescue her. And dude, I'm telling you, this movie, when Kate said that about the carabiners, that's why I always have someone they did. That's why I
Right.
always, because of this movie, you're never gonna catch me without some carabiners. They've helped me with all sorts of things. They try to rescue her with that. The lesbians are like, everyone, give me your carabiners. It's such a small one-off line in that thing, but it changed my life. Anyways,
Yeah.
they rescue her with a ladder, and
Mhm.
everyone starts to realize, oh man, this other stuff isn't as important. What we need to do is keep our family safe, together,
Mhm.
alive. And they get climbed back out, jumps in after her, helps the two of them to climb back out. What did you think of
Yeah.
this scene, man? Whoa.
This this was like another nice turning point because it showed like a softer side of Kate's character. Of
Mhm.
like after like she falls, like she jumps in to help her, and I believe like she like Haley didn't want to climb by herself, but like they couldn't do it like at the same time. So like how so she like climbed up the sinkhole, which like, was very impressive, and a lot of people were like cheering her for, it, which I thought was great. And then after that they like have a talk while she's like cleaning her hair, and there's like a nice real mother daughter moment where it's like the one real scene seeing like Haley actually be a daughter and Kate actually be a mother, which I thought was and I again like tone shift to the movie that at this point like it really it was like a nice like palate cleanser after all the craziness that went on.
Yeah, because at this point, the movie had escalated like to its highest believable point. They have destroyed a building. The sinkhole has collapsed the pool into the earth. There is a matter of life and death potentially already happening. It's like, oh yeah, this can't get any crazier unless this becomes a sci-fi movie. So yeah, they had to dial it back with a heartfelt moment. The parents show up, the family gets together. Because again, you got to pull it back because again, we are way up here. You got to pull it back down to something more realistic. So they do save the daughter. Um, they kind of they get it all out between Kate and Mara and their parents, but I wouldn't say they resolve anything yet. But they definitely start to get it all out because again,
Yeah, it's like the heat tension that they kind of had is starting to slowly fade away, but it's far from being all the way there yet. But
no,
yeah.
no, yeah. Yeah, but at least they get it all out here because all of the anger just comes bubbling up to the surface.
Mhm.
And again, now that they've saved their daughter, the party is like over because again, a building is destroyed, a sinkhole has happened. I don't think you could party anymore without somebody. Somebody was going to die if they kept going.
Right.
Kate and Nora are forced to own up to their mistakes by their
Mhm.
parents. Kate admits she never got the job, but she is on slightly better terms with Haley. Bucky, Indiana, forced them to clean up the house. Oh man, this was a great scene when they're trying to sleep off their hangovers. They're like, "Ass is up! You guys are gonna clean up this damn house." Um, I did at first when I thought it was just Haley cleaning up with her mom and aunt, I was like, "Damn, bro, I didn't even cause none of this, and I gotta clean up." But
Right,
then I
right.
saw it was all five of them cleaning up. It's like, okay,
Okay.
everybody has to make a full effort to this,
Okay.
even though only two people caused it.
Right.
But
Like the only real like bonding family moment between all five of that happened.
of course, that's how the
And
family works.
also I just like really love like the parents just being so just like adorably angry where
Oh yeah.
it's like yeah. You
And
don't
she's
actually even like
cursing at her, and it's like, Mom, you don't talk like that. And she just keeps cursing even more.
yeah, I believe like one point she said like a non-curse, but she said it's not even a word. Like
Yes, yes. Yeah, they own up to their mistakes. They have to fix all the house up. All five of them are working around the clock overtime to fix this house back together. Over the next 2 weeks, the sisters try to do the right thing to fix the house with the help of their friends. And by the end of it, Brenda, the real estate agent, right? She has the realtor. She has patched things up with Kate and helps them sell the house again to Alex and Haywoo and her two daughters that she can now bring over from Korea, like I mentioned. And obviously, Alex and Haywoo are dating now because she was the only one to think that he was funny. Brenda is now, oh, that is, oh, I can't believe I missed this. Brenda, the extremely put together, snooty realtor, is with Dave. Throughout this movie, they are kind of feeling each other. Dave, as we established, is a just a sloppy hot mess guy who's just hitting on like every woman in here. He's the one that brings
oh
the
yeah.
energy to this, and it's like this is going to be one of the most opposites attract couples that you could possibly. She's so put together and has a real estate job and has a career and she's snooty and she watches Game of Thrones. And this guy is just the sloppiest, degenerate guy in the whole movie. And somehow these two are the ones that end up together. I
In a
think,
way, I kind of understand it, even though
yeah,
but it's
I
like
understand it
yeah,
too, but it's like it's just proof that opposites attract. I love that
yeah.
that is a couple.
At the end of the day, it makes sense that they're together.
It makes sense that they're together. Yes. Despite Kate telling her that he has chlamydia, the sisters reconcile, and Kate urges Mara to go after James, and she goes to his house, pretending to drown. James walks into the pool and kisses her. What did you think of this part?
Oh, it was a lot. It was a great like
Yeah.
last couple like minutes of the movie and
Yeah, I
just
thought it wrapped up a little fast.
yeah,
I thought it went a little fast. I thought maybe they could have stretched this out, but I guess like they couldn't have it be like a full 2 hour and 30 minute movie, I guess. So it's like, well,
yeah,
they had to rush through some of this.
yeah. It's not
Oh,
like
I meant to say one more thing.
good.
Samantha Bee and her husband do it while they're trying to save the daughter.
Oh, I remember that.
And they tried to do it because they said earlier in the movie, oh man, they would just do it anywhere. Didn't they screw at graduation
I remember that. Yeah,
during the graduation ceremony? And yeah, they did it during there too. So that was crazy that they'd be horny in that moment. But yeah, I thought this part moved a little bit quickly. I think it still worked well, but it moved a little too quickly for what felt realistic to me.
yeah. Because just for the audience here, this is a 2 hour movie, which for me at least is actually is a quite a surprise for a lot of comedy movies. Usually, every comedy movie is like near 2 hours, never like over 2 hours. So it's just
Mm.
kind of surprising. And like sometimes you like see it for comedy dramas, but stuff that's truly comedy. Again, it's never usually this one was a surprise to me. But like watching this movie, it explained like why like this is so long because of all the things that happen with it.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree. Anyways, they fixed everything. It's a bit heartfelt, but it's really heartfelt, but it's a little quick. 4 months later, which ties into the release of the movie, which was in December of 2015, it's Christmas time. The sisters are all together. Mara is with James. Kate is with her daughter Haley. They go to the parents' new home to celebrate. They hug and then they do the dance, and that is it. Um, yeah, I think that was a pretty good resolution of everything.
Yeah, and also I really loved how the end credits also contain bloopers because I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
as far as movies I've seen that came out like the last like couple years, they don't really do that
They
as
don't
much
do as
anymore.
many blooper reels as they used to,
Yeah,
but I think that's because not as many like pure comedies come out.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they did that. Um, again, one of my favorite comedy movies ever. I know that this might not have the best ranking on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb and stuff. I don't give a
Really? Wow.
damn. This movie is such a hit to me. It's so funny. Uh, and I'm glad it pretty much aged well because some things around this time usually don't always, but it pretty much hit on all the things. It was so lovely, so funny. I'm so glad it did what it did. I'm so glad that we could get a movie like this where it's just a simple movie. There's so many great movies that are just like uh throw a party to get someone laid. That's all you
Yeah,
need these days. That's all you've needed ever to have a
right.
good comedy movie. And this one is no exception. It's so good. It's so funny. Now, as for what it did, how this started to turn out for our lead actresses, it was very interesting because if I remember correctly, Amy and Tina co-hosted the Christmas episode that came, what, 2, 3 weeks after this? If I'm looking correctly. Season 41. Yeah. Tina and Amy co-host uh episode 9 of 2015, episode 796. And yeah. And Maya's in that episode too as a cameo. Ooh, big episode too. It got Emmy nominated. Or Emmy, did it win it? Yeah, it got Emmy co-nominated and they won too.
Yeah, and very big here because I'm seeing it was released like to everyone on the 18th and they hosted the day after on the 19th. So obviously they're promoting this movie. So
Yes.
very good. And also apparently a top 50 episode according to our good
It
friends at the
was.
Saturday Night Network.
Yes, it
Uh
was.
here in the lineup of greatest episodes of all time and the countdown they did over the summer, which we definitely recommend checking out, which was a lot of fun to do.
Oh yeah.
Would be a part of the chat for. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. But I'm trying to see how did it start affecting the rest of their careers from this?
Also, should be noted when this movie was first like in development, it was originally going to be called The Nest, which I think is pretty interesting.
The Nest?
Yeah,
What would it even have been?
uh, yeah, I believe like almost a couple days right before, I guess like trailers and stuff for it came out is when they switched it to Sisters, which I think is like wow.
Okay. Oh my God, that came out that long ago? So I'm looking at Amy's career. The next movie that she's in is The House, which is definitely a future one because she's in it with Will Ferrell, the lead of our previous episode's movie, and they co-lead that, and it's like, but it's one of only 5 movies she does after this.
Yeah,
So I don't want to
and
say this pulled her down. I think The House still did, like, I don't know how well it did, but it was still pretty of something. And then I know she's not the lead in Moxie, and I don't think she's the lead in First Time Female Director. She does obviously lead Inside Out too, but it seems like, if I understand this correctly, this was one of her last movies before she becomes sort of I guess you would say, a TV producer mogul kind of person. Because I'm noticing that she is going into less movies, but this is around the time when obviously she has the production company that that helped launch Broad City. She co-creates Russian Doll. It didn't last very long, but she created I Feel Bad, which was on NBC for one season.
yeah, I remember that show.
I remember it too. Yeah. So it's like, I think she just stepped into a different role, comedically and as someone in the industry. But I don't think it tainted her legacy, but I think she's just moved into a different area.
Right, yeah, and just for the other movies she did after this, as you mentioned, The House, Wine Country, Moxie, which I've never heard of.
I've heard of Moxie, but I know she was only like an older character in it. I think it was a really young girl movie, I believe.
Yeah, and First Time Female Director, another movie I've not heard of, has Megan Mullally I'm seeing, which is awesome. And
Led by Chelsea Peretti.
Oh, yeah.
Who was a writer on Parks and Rec, so it makes sense that they would be, yeah.
Yeah, and of course the amazing sequel to Inside Out, Inside Out 2.
Of course, and we're definitely future episodes Inside Out and Inside Out 2.
Yes,
get to them.
And let's see, like what Tina did.
Yeah, how did Tina do after this? Because Tina must have.
Okay, so wow, it's not a whole lot, a bit more movies than Amy, but not a whole lot. After this, she did Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Was that the one in the Middle East? I think she led a movie that came out that was like set in the Middle East.
It might be produced by the one on Lorne Michaels and written by and maybe it's her husband Robert Carlock. I know one writer from SNL she's married to, but I'm not sure if it's him. I'll actually check real quick. Oh no, it's Jeff Richmond who she's married to.
Oh my gosh, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one where she is in. Well, I guess not the Middle East. This would be South Asia. But yeah, this is the one where she's in that movie. Another future movie we'll review. But yeah.
And heck of a cast here.
I remember hearing, what did you say?
I was saying, like, great cast here. We got Margot Robbie, Martin Freeman, and Alfred Molina, I believe his name is, and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, I remember a lot about this movie, but I never saw it. I remember the lead up, the rollout to this movie. I never saw it though. So definitely something we'll have to think about. But
yeah, and then in 2019 she did the aforementioned Wine Country.
Right.
Then in 2020 she did a very amazing Pixar film Soul.
Oh yeah, a little bit of controversy around that one, but yeah.
Yeah, and then in 2021 she did both 22 versus Earth, which is a short film also by Pixar, and then Free Guy, which Not even for this podcast, just like in general, I've been kind of wanting to watch, which has been great. Because unfortunately, we can't do it because no one from SNL is in it. Because like looking at it, not even Tina is like starring in it. But it's seems very interesting. It has Ryan Reynolds in it as
I
well as
never saw Free Guy. I was always told Free Guy was the PG-13 Deadpool, which I saw all
oh
three of those.
yeah. Uh, also has Laurel Howard in this, which I'm a big fan of him.
Hmm.
Uh, and then not a movie but a documentary she did honoring the wonderful Betty White in 2022, and then Maggie Moore's in 2023, which
Hmm.
had John Hamm in it. So
Hmm.
who's not it's not cast member but an SNL legend in his own right.
Of course, of course.
And then A Haunting in Venice, which is a British mystery film, which is interesting. And then the 2024 Mean Girls revival.
Oh yes, saw that. Totally
Yeah.
saw that. That was
Uh,
great. Saw that in theaters too with my tea. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot of this has to deal with where they were at because, as I said, Amy was starting to get into her producing bag. Tina was well into her producing bag by the time this movie even started. She had already created 30 Rock to wild success. I'm trying to I know Kimmy Schmidt comes out in 2015. Yeah, Kimmy Schmidt comes out in 2015, earlier the year, possibly like right before they started shooting this, so right around the time. And then she has to work on that for years and years and years. So that's probably went into it. So yeah, I think it's an interesting trajectory for them after this movie because it's not, they are still giving so much to their legacy and to the world comedically, but
mhm.
not exactly as actresses. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that makes sense for Tina. Tina was a head writer at SNL as well
Mhm.
as a performer. So it's like, well, it would make more sense that she would create more like shows and writing and stuff like that, like Kimmy Schmidt, like Mr. Mayor, which would come out a few years after
Mhm.
that. Things like that.
Also with Bobby and Mr. Mayor.
What would you say? Oh, he sure was.
Bobby. Yeah,
He was a white guy named Jaden somehow.
yeah. And I'm just like now finding out, looking it up that Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was originally going to be an NBC show before it moved to Netflix, which makes sense. It has
It
an
makes
NBC
sense. She
comedy.
had such a reputation at NBC. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really liked Kimmy Schmidt when it
Oh
was.
yeah, that's a great show. Yeah.
Oh
Great
my
show.
God, so good, so
Mhm.
good. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's not. It didn't mess with them. Their legacy. It's just. It seemed like things were starting to change. Things had already been in that realm for Tina.
Mhm.
Amy was kind of starting to get into that after that. And again, much to the approval of Greta Lee because she's again in Russian Doll.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
like to this
yeah.
end. Again, very interesting seeing how they are now, and of course, in
Mhm.
modern times, we recently saw both of them when Amy hosted in this uh recent
Of
season,
course.
which
Oh my gosh, yeah,
was a
her
very fun
season
show.
51 episode.
Episode two.
Still, I mean, we're still not all the way through 51, but for my money, one of the best episodes of 51.
Yeah.
The anniversary episode, by the way, the one that
Oh yeah,
the
right.
same day as the original episode of SNL. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that they would. It kind of spurred Amy into her producing bag, of which Tina was already in. But they still let a few after this, so that still counts as something. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
and
kind of get a little bit of both.
yeah, and yeah, a lot to say there. And
Mhm.
as usual, hope you enjoyed episode 5 of the Not Ready for Popcorn Players podcast. And
Definitely, definitely. I hope you enjoyed Sisters as a movie as well. It
yes,
is a
definitely.
little tougher to see. I will say I couldn't quite find it in
Hmm.
the places you usually would, but you can still rent it. I really hope somebody puts it on their streaming platform because this movie is a banger, an absolute hoot. It's amazing. It's awesome. I really hope someone puts it on their thing.
Yeah,
So
apparently it's only available on Apple TV. So
I
yeah,
know, I know.
definitely.
Damn shame. Somebody needs to put the somebody. If any of the streaming companies hear this, come on.
But how I found this movie was from a great website called Flickster,
Right.
which is a little tricky because it is one of those websites where ads pop up at when you click on it, but you have to click on it enough times where it will start to work.
Right.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. And I promise you, they haven't spammed me at all, and I've been using it for years now, so it's safe, y'all. Trust me.
No, that's what you want to do. I found mine in some ways. But anyway, such a great movie. Hope you can find it because it's definitely worth it if you do. Victor, where would you like to lead people towards for you and what you're doing?
As usual, you can. As usual, you can find me at my Twitter at I'mAlive419. Just chatting about the current SNL season, which has been really boring during this Olympic break as of this recording. But when the show comes back with that heated rivalry guy, I'm excited to see how that turns out. And as usual, also on my Instagram, you can check me out at I'mAlive00000, where just also talk about SNL and also when live episodes be airing, I'd be posting random pictures and videos as it's going on, just because why not? It's very fun to do. It's also a great way of seeing like SNL out of context in the modern era, which I thought is very fun to do. And yeah, check it out and yeah, stay in touch with the podcast because we've got some great things coming for you that you definitely have to listen to. So check it out.
Totally. As always, I am at Oversimplified Productions on YouTube, which is also the place where you can find the video format of these pods. You can find me at Lego Sports Ball, also known as at Toxic Hoops Takes on TikTok, where again I'm uploading all sorts of women's basketball edits and comedic content. You can find me at P_gentleman on Instagram. Not doing so much on there. I'm more on the TikTok. And obviously, just keep listening to the podcast, keep having fun with us. And
Oh, and another thing I have to say, obviously, I mentioned them, I think, twice now, but check us out on Saturday Night Network. We be in the live chat sometimes, just chilling with other SNL
oh, all
fans.
the
So,
time, dude.
yeah,
I
all the
pull
time.
up to a hot takes anytime I can.
And I'm there
Not
literally
always
always.
at the other ones, but I always pull up to hot takes after. It's like watching um it's like watching Sports Center ESPN right after an NFL Sunday.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I'm there so much they made me moderator, which I'm still in shock they did. But
Exactly.
it's
He
still
has
hot.
immense power, dude. He could kill you with his power at SN, bro. He has
It's
struck
don't fuck with
down
me,
small
y'all.
countries with his power as a
Right,
moderator at SNN.
right.
Um, but yeah, check us out there. We'd love to see you. We can't wait to have more movies coming for you. As I said, we'll try to get up 2 per month as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, thank you for listening to the Not Ready for Popcorn Players podcast. Have a good night.